What up, Hope Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. So, you know, Facebook does that thing where it like reminds you of stuff that you've done years and years ago.
I don't use Facebook. I had no idea it did that.
Okay, so like it's called Facebook Memories, and it'll be like, oh, you have memories with like most of my memories involve you and Thea.
Nice.
And it's just me like tagging you and stuff, right?
Right.
But then it goes super far back, like 6 years, 7 years, really far back.
Yeah.
And there was this post, and it was like, I had an amazing day. Oh my God, I haven't used that word in so long, blah, 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 right? And it took me back to this period of time where I unironically, when I would talk, I'd be like, my God. My God, like WTF, but I said like the W, like exactly like that, you know?
You still say question mark.
Okay, but that's
it's
different.
The same thing.
That's different. But anyway, the point is...
What would possibly be the point of this?
The point is that I was a child then. And...
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just so glad that I've outgrown my childish ways. But also, saying my God was like really satisfying when something happened. Like something shocking would happen, you'd just be like, my God. And I would spell it out like if I was typing it, and it was EHMAGAWD.
What are we here to watch today, sweet?
So, unrelated to all of that, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. It's been a while, but we're back with some casual Geographic.
So finally a good video. You've been really putting me through. Actually, not lying. The last one with the little crooked fucking flounder, I really did appreciate that.
The shark with scoliosis.
Yeah, that was a good one. But this is something I'm happy for.
I'm very excited.
Geographic in like 2 weeks.
I'm sure he's gonna ruin something for us. He always does.
No, this is how an F-hat helps save a species. What the fuck does that even
Definitely
mean?
has to do with animal penises.
No.
100%.
Somehow he ties it all in.
100%. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Oh my God.
Here's a fun fact that will 100% make people question what you do in your free time. So you might not know this, but the peregrine falcon nearly became pastime in America, mostly because they were getting destroyed by the pesticides we were using. In the 70s, the number of falcon breeding pairs dipped from 4,000 all the way to 324.
Oh my God.
The 70s, the number of falcon breeding pairs dipped from 4,000 all the way to 324. But they made a comeback, and you're gonna see why that was a pun. And one of the big reasons was thanks to the FFH, the Falcon Hat.
What?
This hat was also a sperm collection device that falconers would wear to collect and artificially inseminate falcons.
How did you know that the F-hat was actually about penises?
It was definitely a fuck hat.
Oh no, I thought it was like the sound, like a hi-hat, like you're playing the drums. Oh my God, you're
definitely a fuck hat.
You're a pariah of sex.
I don't think you used that word right.
I definitely did.
Yes, they would wear it on their head.
What?
But why? You're probably asking.
Yeah.
Well, fun fact, when you hand raise a falcon as a chicken and it imprints on you, it grows up and ends up showing zero interest in other falcons, but all the interest in humans. So the only real option was to put on the hat, close their eyes, and question every life decision that led them down the path with the end game of getting skulled by a bird of prey.
What?
And to make it even better, falcons have to be courted before they mate.
Get
so
out
not
of
only
here.
would these grown men have to put on the cats, they would also imitate the female falcon's chirp and even bow their head in a rocking motion the same way an interested female falcon would. All that so the falcon would be comfortable enough to turn the bucket hat into a bucket hat.
Oh my
These hats come in many different colors.
Why?
Which
Who
means,
cares?
of course, so does the falcon. After receiving the falcon's baby batter, the falconer could use a syringe to remove it and then inseminate a female. As much of a meme this whole situation was, it actually helped the falcon population that was previously on life support. But it also means a man had to go home to his wife and children after a long day of being a professional falcon buddy. The more you know.
Wait for
And y'all have the audacity to make fun of women on OnlyFans. Somebody had to wear that fucking hat. Holy hell. Are you freaking kidding me? That's...
I just think it's really funny you didn't know that it was a fuck hat.
It felt like a setup. I don't know him at all. I've seen so many vids. I don't know him at all.
for it. I can explain.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Once upon a time, I downloaded TikTok as a joke, and now I explain stuff like this for a living. Ain't that some shit? So when a lot of baby birds are still in the nest, instead of deucing all over the place, instead they'll dump into a white mucus membrane called a fecal sac. It's basically a built-in diaper for baby birds. And just like in the video, normally as soon as a chick is fed, it'll release its sac for the parent to deal with. Because being a parent literally means dealing with all kinds of shit. If the chick can't produce the sac on its own, then the mother will poke and prod around its cloaca to stimulate it into dropping its pamper pack. And the reason they do this is because 1, keeping all that nastiness in the sac keeps the nest clean, and number 2, the cleaner the nest is, the less likely it is that a predator finds it. Now the reason the mother eats it is because baby birds can't digest food completely, so they end up leaving a lot of nutrients in their poop. Since nature loves to recycle, oftentimes the parent, usually the mother, will eat the sac so the nutrients at least don't go to waste.
You know, there are some instances in which I firmly believe that human beings could take a cue from Mother Nature, you know? This is not one of those times. I feel I desperately hope that I don't have to say this, right? But don't eat your baby's feces.
just real quick,
No. Let's just let that rest for a second. Okay, let that sink in. Okay. When your baby poops in that diaper,
Yeah.
you roll the diaper up.
Do you roll diapers?
And yeah, you like fold it and then you roll it and then you put the tabs on back over it so it closes again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And you throw it away unless you're one of those like crunchy granola moms who wants to do cloth diapers, right? I'll just toss it in the washing machine. It'll be fine. Like, right? And then like do that. But like don't eat the baby poop. Don't do that.
The more you pay attention, the more you realize birds are just really f***ing weird like that. Normally by the time the chicks are ready to fly, they don't need a fecal sac anymore because their systems can handle all the food they normally eat. If I have to know this, so do you.
Thanks. This video's getting demonetized.
Okay, honest question here, because I'm just curious. Why did y'all tag me so many times? Have we really gotten to that point? You see a pig with sperm while it's heavy enough to have their own gravity, and your first thought was that I needed to see it? Now, I don't know what's worse.
Yeah.
The fact that y'all expect me to be able to explain this, or the fact that you're right and I can. Don't judge me for knowing this. This is a boar sus growth, and it produces more baby batter than any other animal alive. For reference, a human man can release about 100 million little swimmers in one round.
Right,
But when this wild pig empties the clip, it can produce about 50 billion. Literally has sus in its name. That should tell you something. Basically, it's male.
Hella kids. Guaranteed kids.
Hashtag my day where your girl drank my daycare.
Basically, since male boars compete for females, the more baby batter one can produce, the more likely he's going to be the one that ends up knocking up the female. So to be able to hold more life juice, a male boar's balls will double in size during breeding season. To give themselves even more of an advantage, a pig's O, you know the big O, yeah, for a pig it can last well over half an hour.
I did know that.
In rare cases, a pig can experience 90 minutes of euphoria. Which means after years of character development, we now have pigs with family jewels big enough to pay property taxes for. Which is how a video that can make me feel pain in places I don't want to can exist. So let me ask y'all, are y'all glad y'all know this now? Like, did you really need me to tell you all this? Wanna know the saddest thing about this? I barely did any research. For some reason, I already knew most of this.
Damn.
And there is no safe way to explain
I'm so
why.
sorry.
What the actual $F$ hash is this?
He ugly as hell.
Yeah, this shit's real.
Is it?
This is a hammerhead bat. You can find these roid bats seasoned all across Central and West Africa. I ain't even gonna hold you. They do not have the best side profile. In fact, if you remember pictures of the power that went viral a couple years ago, it was actually a hammerhead bat minding his own business. I can't even blame them because they have one of the most misleading skulls you'll ever see. This freak of a bat is 100% harmless. Hammerhead bats eat almost nothing but fruits, and their favorites are figs, bananas, and mangoes.
Ugh,
when they do catch bodies, they're usually eating the insects you actually should worry about. And there's actually a reason they look like the face of a malpractice lawsuit. The males use that freakish nose job as a kind of loudspeaker to amplify this weird honking call that they make to attract females. It's half of evolution is just finding creative ways to get laid. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he's spazzing.
You can't hear it, but somewhere Batwoman...
That sounds like the intro to a song at EDC. What are you talking about?
He's
popping off.
Woman just got turned on. Also, these bats low-key have social anxiety because during stressful events, they'll purposely isolate themselves from the group.
Oh, they're you.
Like
Just
that.
like me.
I read a comment that said they're disgustingly adorable, and yeah, I see it.
Like manatees.
Almost makes up for the fact that sometimes they attack and lick chickens, and they might be responsible for Ebola. No, I don't think I will explain it. I'm about to introduce you to your new nightmare.
Sorry, it's aquatic.
Meet every shark's paralysis demon, the false killer whale. It's actually a type of oceanic dolphin, and the biggest ones can grow to 20
looks
feet
like a
long and weigh
dick.
well
Yeah.
over 4,000 pounds. Basically, they're dolphins that eat their Wheaties. This aquatic refrigerator usually
Whoa!
eats fish and squid, but this
It's
waterproof
massive.
demon will also murk other dolphins. They also do other things to
I'm
dolphins.
sure they do.
Because not only will
because
false
dolphins are
killer whales-
vicious creatures.
Let's call it tennis.
He looks like a suspicious side character in every single show that's ever been made ever. Like a bad side eye, creepy teeth. Like he's doing nefarious shits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only will they play tennis with dolphins of other species, they'll also participate in gay tennis matches. That's actually why you've probably never seen them in an aquarium, because when they're around other dolphins, they'll either fight or another F word that guidelines won't let me say.
Ha.
Also, apparently false killer whales have been known to roll up in
Look
squads
at-
of 5.
look.
100.
What?
500.
What?
Also, I was not kidding about the tennis thing. Because when a female bottlenose and a male false killer whale play doubles, they can end up making a baby called a wolfin. Even though its name makes it sound like a whale-dolphin hybrid, they're both dolphins. On a wholesome note, this Dollar Tree orca is actually really friendly to people, and sometimes they'll approach humans and offer them fish
I'm
that they
so
already
sure.
caught. Because they can form
Suspicious.
friendships with other species, they can often bond and create relationships with humans. Like a just friends relationship. Not whatever the God-fearing this was. But yeah, falsies are friendly. Even though they look like someone tried to recreate dolphins strictly from memory.
Yeah.
While on LSD. So I just
Strictly
thought of something
from
and I have
memory.
no idea if this is true, so I need an expert to tell me if this is facts or
Sorry.
not. You remember orcas, right? Of course you do.
Oh, God.
So let's
Damn
say
it.
an orca was trying to put you on the news, and the only way to stop it was to poke it in the eye.
I've
if you
heard
look for its
that.
eyes in those white spots, you'd be dead. Because
Yeah.
an orca's eyes are actually below the white spots right there.
Yeah.
So here's my theory. Orcas hunt animals like sea lions that are capable of defending themselves. So those huge eye spots might be to confuse their prey in case they decide to go ahead and gouge the sea panther's eyes out. For some reason, the best example I could come up with is a giant anteater's tail. Giant anteaters have a huge bushy tail. That means if a jaguar tries to run up on them, they might not be able to tell which end is the head. So having
That's
giant white
hilarious.
fake eyes with the real eyes under it is basically a form of camouflage that protects this quality dolphin from getting blinded. And when you think about it, this low-key makes sense. Sharks will roll their eyes back like the Exorcist to protect themselves right before they take a
Right.
seal off the senses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Same idea, different execution.
So the big white things people think are eyes, or he's saying it's making the seals think they're their eyes.
Both.
Got it.
I did no research for this video whatsoever. But if this is true, that means nature really made a maxed out PED murder Oreo and said, F it, let the rest of the world do it.
Are you moving because you want to be one with the cows?
So fun fact, tigers have actually learned to imitate the calls of other animals to trick them into feeling safe and letting their guard down. Right before they put them in God's spam folder. Bengal tigers have been recorded mimicking the calls of the sandbar deer before they put them on a shirt.
Bitch.
There's also been reports of tigers pretending to be baby langur monkeys so they could turn their parents into statistics. Or tigers will even imitate the calls of Asiatic black bears just so they can lure them out. Bears obviously
Oh,
fight
no.
back. So the tiger will literally ambush it and put its teeth through the bear's windpipe before it even has time to realize what's happening. And yes, for those that didn't know, bears make up a small but very real part of a tiger's diet because they're just G's like that.
Okay.
By
sure.
far, the worst part is, I just found out that tigers will allegedly mimic the mating calls of the red deer. Meaning a deer can pull up expecting to get laid, only to get laid to rest. Also, there's the fact that a tiger's fake call can travel for 5 kilometers or just over 3 miles.
Yeah,
Because
that's
nature's
far.
just a bitch like that. It's only a matter of time before evolution teaches this black and orange obituary how to imitate us. If you're ever having a bad day, Google phlegm in response and just look through images. Phlegm in response is when an animal curls back its top lip and exposes its front teeth and gums. An animal will do this when they want to investigate a smell someone else might have left behind. It's like squinting your eyes to see better, but with your nose. In scientific geek terms, because I do accept that about myself, doing this forces a smell into an organ called the vomeronasal organ, or
Okay.
VMO. And the VMO's job is to help an animal detect certain scents or pheromones. For example, rhinos wake up on R. Kelly
Gross.
timing and are attracted to the scent of pee, and the phlegming response helps them follow the scent of liquid gold to help them get laid. And that is a
Liquid
sentence I can
gold.
guarantee you no one else has ever said. Also, the word phlegming comes from a German verb that means to look spiteful. Because every animal that does it looks either pissed or just disgusted. And some just look straight up possessed.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's just an animal's version of smelling in 4K. Only made this video as an excuse to show you all these pictures.
Yeah.
I genuinely
I
hope you
support
got
it.
as much out of this as I did.
Well, that was a great time. I enjoyed
Pretty
it.
fun.
And I made it through the whole video without drinking my Red Bull. I'm gonna remedy that now.
I was about to say, drink it, because I went to the store to buy it, so that's not a dub.
I asked you to buy me a small one. You bought me a big one.
And that is why I was punished with casual Geographic. Let's go back to the beginning, though. Explain to me why you know what fuck hats are.
I just knew that F hat definitely meant fuck hat.
Have you ever seen the fuck hat video?
No.
I've seen videos of birds on top of those hats before.
Really?
With no explanation.
No context.
At all.
That's unfortunate.
I just thought the hats looked gross because all the little holes.
I mean, F hat is just makes sense.
I thought it was like hi hat.
Why?
Because
Why would Casual Geographic, formerly known as Hood Nature, be talking about hi-hats? When has he ever discussed musical instruments?
It was just a picture of a bird.
I feel like you just really set yourself up.
I assumed it was that bird.
I
think you think about sex too much.
Okay.
Pariah.
It's okay.
Well, anyways, I enjoyed myself. Thanks for showing up. My wife's petting my face, which means it's time for me to leave.
Don't forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below. Also, starting on Sunday, I will be doing 7 days of Halloween. So
Ooh.
there's going to be a spooky video for each day leading up to Halloween. It was supposed to be 10 days of Halloween, but I procrastinated. So there's that.
Boom.
And to who's in, peace out, Hope Biscuits. It's Skittin' Lit.